Hey guys, it's Krishanti with Krishanti.com, talking all about psychic development and spiritual and personal growth. And today I'm going to talk about something that I've only heard come up in like clairvoyant circles, which is baby spirits and women. And I have one son, he's 5 years old. And I want to talk all about like his spirit and how that came, and then how the baby spirits have come about for other friends and what the whole thing kind of means and the gist of it. If you like this sort of topic and you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe, because I do a new video every week all about this whole realm of psychic development and, like I said, spiritual growth and in personal development and intuition and all of that. Clairvoyance and whatnot. So the whole notion of like baby beings first came up in my friend and teacher Deborah Lynn Katz's teachings about clairvoyance and spirits and all that. And what is so interesting is time and time again, I've done like probably like thousands and thousands of readings at this point, and I often get women asking about having kids. And every time I tune into them clairvoyantly, like they're sitting across from me, like right here, and I see a baby like right up there. In one instance, the baby was over there, and she told me later she didn't know it at the time, but she was pregnant. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But if you are a woman, you are a portal of life. You're very, very powerful that way. And little spirits and beings that want to be born and know that you're like you're like jonesing to have a baby, or you're like in that mode, they're like, oh yes, like me, I want to come. And in some cases it's really awesome and it's like meant to be. In other cases, it's, I don't want to scare you. This is definitely more of a metaphysical teaching, but in other cases, like a being's going to want to like come through you, and maybe you don't want that particular person. And now this is like way more like spiritual, like deep work. But one of my mommy friends, who is a healer, told me that before she got pregnant, she had to tell several little baby beings no. Like, no, you're not coming. And then when the spirit of her son, now when he came, she's like, okay. And he is like dolphin rainbow baby. He's amazing. Beautiful soul. But she kind of had that knowledge, like, wait a second. I don't know if I want you to come through me. How do I say this? Deborah, who I mentioned first of all, she studied with the faith healers in the Philippines, which is something that's on my bucket list to do. And they saw her and they knew she would be pregnant before she became pregnant, or before she knew. They could see that spirit waiting to come in. It's like that spirit kind of manifests in your aura before you become pregnant. So that was really cool. And with her, it's a beautiful relationship. Her son is wonderful. With me as well, I knew I wanted to have kids, but before I got pregnant, a guide told me very loud and clear. Sometimes I do channeling work now, and it's a whole different mode, but at certain points in my life after I began this whole psychic development thing, I've heard messages like really loud and clear. They're very short and they're very concise. So if you're working on clairaudience and you want to open it up more, that's how it'll work. It'll be like short and clear. But the voice said, you're going to have a son and he's going to be a healer. And that was, before I was like ready and stuff. And then before I got pregnant, a psychic friend said, oh my God, like I see him, he's in your aura. Like I can see this little boy baby in your aura. And so I wasn't surprised at all when Ivan turned out to be a boy. And I definitely feel a connection with him. What I'm going to do actually after this video is make one or talk about the spiritual pregnancy and childbirth and all of that. So if you're, I'll put that on here like a little bit later after this video. But anywho, another healer who's super powerful, tarot reader and energy healer. When I did a reading on her quite a few years ago now, I looked in her aura and I saw this baby there, this really cute baby, like wanting to be born to her. And she was entertaining the idea of it, but not 100% sure. And she gasped when I said it. She said another very gifted, like intuitive, clairvoyant, saw the same baby hanging on, like walking around like in her aura. So that baby being had been there for a long time. Now she has chosen as of this point in time not to have kids. And that too is something for you to know and of course be aware of. It's completely your right to not be a portal for a new life to come into the earth. If you're not going to be that portal for that baby being, someone else will be. No worries there. And people are having babies left and right. So that's not an issue. Also, I love these stories and I've heard them and I read about them and hear them all the time, about if you're, sorry, I'm like stumbling over my words here. If you're concerned about like maybe not being able to have a child through the traditional means or whatever, if you're open to adoption or that baby coming to you any other way, it certainly will. I mean, we don't have to worry so much about control at that level because it will just work itself out. Like there's a higher order. I did a lot of work and contemplation about fate late last year and this year. And what's come to me too is that there definitely is. Fate is a thing. Some things are just going to happen, are meant to be. Some things are not meant to be. But it's just interesting to me how we focus so much on like the afterlife, and this whole baby being concept is like the before life, and it's wonderful. So if I don't know what else to say other than if you're intuitive or you're clairvoyant, you're working all this and you definitely sense like a baby spirit around you. Yes, it is a baby being. You can talk to it. You can decide whether or not you want to be the portal for it to come into this earth. And what Deborah says is some of these baby beings are pretty pushy. And so if you're like not in the mood or mode, you can definitely say like, no, you can be pushy right back and tell them to like back off and go away, and go find somebody else. You can talk to them just like my mommy friend did and said, she's like, no, not you, go away. So just a little discourse on that. I just thought it was interesting how that will happen. If you're into the whole family planning thing, like your baby's just excited to come through you as you are to have it come through. So it'll be hanging around you before you even get pregnant. So if you're interested in more stuff like this, or there's certain topics you want me to talk about or look into, please put it in the comments below or send me an email at ask@krishanti.com. If you'd like to work more on your own clairvoyance and intuition, check out my website, krishanti.com. I have some workshops, meditations, classes, and I have a one-on-one training program as well. So that's all for now, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.